A lot has been going on with you. This was the first season of Growing Up Hip Hop New York, and you on there really letting the public into your private life. So how has that been this season?
Um, for me, I don't feel like the show showed that much of my personal life. Like I think you just got like a small glimpse of like who I am as a sister and more so like as a daughter. So I think for me it left a lot of like open questions. It's like, okay, well, like what's she doing? Like, what is she into? What's her personality like? Like, does she talk? Like, literally, I like those are like the questions that I got because I feel like you didn't really get to see that on this season just because honestly there were so many other things going on.
Yeah, it was a lot
as you
of
guys
drama.
know. Yeah, like
But that's dope because a lot of reality stars is hard for them to be out of the drama, even when they want to not.
like, it ain't hard for me.
It ain't.
Like, it ain't hard for me. I'm like you can literally ask anybody. Like I would totally walk off.
For real?
I would take my mic off and I'm out.
Oh,
I
so
have
you ain't
no
with the
time.
shits at all.
I'm not. Because I'm not like that in my personal life, so you're never gonna catch me being like that on TV just to get that reaction out of me. Let me hear some yelling. My mic is coming up. I'm going home.
For real?
That's it. Yeah.
So it was done intentionally for you on your behalf.
Some honestly, thank God, like I haven't been tested. I do think that some of the other cast members have been tested, and honestly, like everybody handles things differently, so I can really only speak for myself, but I totally understand that things are said and it's a trigger.
Yeah.
Like I think for me, honestly, there's really not much that like could provoke me unless you're talking about my brothers or like my family.
Yes.
And even then, it's never gonna be to a point where like I want to fight you or like I want to put my hands on you. I'm gonna check you really quick and then I'm gonna be done with it.
She's reading your ass like a paragraph.
Like that's it.
Yes.
That's it.
And I'm glad you said that because even though you claim that you didn't get that kind of shine and it was real mysterious, but it wasn't to me. I think that kind of silence, it spoke volumes.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And the thing that I really saw about you were how you were so overprotective. Like, it was to the grit. Like, your brother can't do normal shit. The teen, like, no. Why you didn't tell me? You know what I'm saying? And then it seemed like you was overprotective of your mother. Yeah. And one thing that I did notice, too, you was checking your father a lot. Like, I don't know if you meant to.
Me and my dad, we clash.
Thank you. I don't know if you meant to, but you check him every chance you fucking get. So where does that come from?
I don't know. It's so weird because a lot of people say like, "Oh, you're like your mother's daughter." So I guess that's really like where that comes from. Because it's funny because both of my parents are cancers.
Oh wow!
But they are literally night and day. Like they're not even like the same human.
Yeah, and they was going at each other.
Yeah, they're like always. They're always like that. But like, I don't ever want anybody like people to think like, oh, like this is disrespect. Because at the end of the day, they are loyal to each other. Like they're not together, but you better believe that like God forbid something happened to my mom. My dad's one phone call away and that's it.
Yes.
So I get like, you get like this side for the TV, but like that's not how it is all the time. Like they love each other as far as like a family.
Yeah, I was saying that. You think they still love each other? Like it's some kind of built up.
I mean, it's some type of love, but not the love you talking about.
Yeah,
Cha-cha.
like it's not like
have a brother or sister.
No.
Okay.
It's like it's family love, Cha-cha. Like it's dope that they could co-parent because a lot of people can't pull that off.
When they be going at it, like just kiss her, like hug her.
Oh, girl, I'm about to vomit.
Really? You wouldn't want to see your parents back together?
No.
Why not?
No, I just think so much has happened. They haven't been together for a really long time. I think that they're just at different spaces in their life, and it just really would not work.
Okay.
Like I don't see my dad with my mom like at all.
Not even Thanksgiving, like Thanksgiving.
Like things like that. Like like we're like at the end of the day we're still a family, but it's never like they're never gonna have like an intimate relationship. Like you're never gonna get that. I think like their relationship is so like it's past that at this point because it's just so much more than that. Because like you still want to just keep the family and like the kids and everything.
Yeah, that's dope.
So not to be too serious, but do you think you have some kind of resentment because, back in the day there were rumors in the press about your father, and it seems like now it's starting to resurface. He was on the Wendy show not too long ago. And then your mother spoke about it on the show when she was talking to Ja Rule's wife. So you think that has something to do with it? Because I mean, it's almost like you protecting your family from them. Even when you say, oh, they get away, when your brother was getting away with stuff like that, it's almost like you protected him or stopping him from becoming.
Okay, so like with my brother, I do want to clarify, because I feel like it kind of came off as like I was like hating on him, or like I don't know, certain scenes just look like a little weird to me. Nah. When it comes to my brother, I'm always going to be protective over my brothers. I'm the oldest. I will always be my brother's keepers, and I will go to war for my brothers.
That's how it's supposed to be. Yeah.
And when it comes to my brothers, what I just want them to understand is that our parents are not going to be here forever. So you have to know how to survive your own without them. So if it comes off as if I'm being too hard on them, that's why. Like, I've had a job since I was 16.
Okay.
And yeah, I do understand that, like, I have parents who are like I could fall back on, but like that's not my mindset either. And I want my brothers to, move like that too. So that's like, that's why I'm like always on them, like, we'll do this, do that. Don't do this, stay away from them.
And about the resentment, you don't feel like it's resentment, it's just who you are?
That I resent my dad?
Yeah, like how you come at him, like you be checking, like.
I don't think I resent my dad. I'm just very much on like, you could get your point across and be wrong, but I'm gonna get my point across too. Like, this is not gonna be a one-way conversation. Okay. You could feel your way and that's fine, but I feel my way too. And like sometimes, especially when it's about my life, I know better. Because who knows me better than me?
Yeah, so what happened in your life that made you so self-sufficient? Because you can be one of these, celebrity kids who, are entitled, and I feel like that's what you're trying to stop your brother from being. You want them to know hard work. So what happened to you that triggered that within you to make you want to work at 16? So I'm pretty sure you really didn't have. Did you have to?
I didn't have to. I just wanted to. I think for me it was when I started working. I feel like that was like towards the end. That was like maybe like 13 years ago now. And that was like towards the end of when my mom and my dad, like when they were kind of like breaking up, and my mom just always used to talk to me like, don't ever put yourself in a position where you have to depend on anybody. With her, and it was like especially a man. So for me, like, I listened to that, and it was just like, I don't want to have to depend on anybody. And yeah, that's my dad, but like, I don't want to have to depend on him. Like, I'm an adult. I should be able to hold my own. And if I can't, like, I feel like that speaks volumes about what the hell I'm doing in my life.
And your character, too.
Right, absolutely.
Yeah, and you well-spoken, and it seems like you educated because you're using words that I don't even know. And I almost feel offended a little bit.
She's speaking English. Don't do that. She's speaking regular English. Come on, man.
But for real, I'm dead ass.
But she's not using no SAT words. Like,
I'm like on my TI right now. I'm like super normal.
Please don't be, because then I'll be confused and you take over the whole line now. I don't even know what to do after that. So you say you're not about the drama, you're not about certain particular things in your life, and you're naturally like that. So why you wanted to do the show?
So I was actually very hesitant on doing the show. Ja and his family, they were doing the show, and then Jeff and JJ, they're like this. So Jeff had reached out to JJ. JJ had called me. He was like, please do the show with me. I was like, I got to speak to the producers first, because I kind of want to hear, like, well, what kind of stories are you going to try and tell? Because, like, we've all seen reality TV. Like, let's be honest.
And that's smart, because a lot a lot of people will probably go in there head first. Like, where do I sign?
It's lit, nigga. We made it.
Nigga, but I think that's also the problem, too, because I feel like people don't realize, like, all money is not good money.
Yes.
Like, all money is not good money at all. And, like, we live in a world now where you could save videos. Yeah. And shit comes back to haunt you. I don't never want to be a part of something, or you see me involved in something that's going to, like, haunt my future later on down the line.
Speaking of future, do y'all get residuals off the show? Like, if it get rerun and stuff like that, do y'all get paid per episode?
We get paid per episode, but like reruns, no.
No, that's crazy.
I know. At least not for now, because for us, this first season, it was like our trial.
Yeah.
So with
I did a great job. Like everybody, and then like I'm almost like a mini celebrity too, because they be like, "Who you having now?" Angie, oh girl, yes, girl. And like everybody knows you guys, and you know it's like that's such a hot topic
because we had our show years ago, Gotti's Way on VH1.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Years ago.
That was like Run's House, but with like a different, like more hooder.
Yeah,
it was
honestly,
dope.
literally.
Yeah, because that's when you were starting to see the little arguing and stuff like that with the parents.
Yeah, because that was maybe like I think like a year after my dad got acquitted from his court.
Okay.
His whole everything with like his trial.
Wow.
So we got that TV show. I think we did 2 seasons.
Mm-hmm.
I was in like middle school though.
Yeah,
I was such a long time ago, and I was like super low key on that show too. I'm just like very like.
You're not low key. She a firecracker. I feel the heat coming off that chest. It just got to be the right sparking flame to get
but
it
even
out.
on social media though, like I feel like you can't really tell like what I'm into or like, like you would never like. Would you be able to tell that I have a boyfriend?
No.
Yeah, 9 years.
Wow. 9 years?
9 years.
I might as well get married.
Like, was he on the show, but like in the background or like?
So we
set?
we filmed some scenes, but like it just didn't like make the cut. Like honestly, there's a lot of things that I filmed that didn't make the season.
Because they want to push ratchet.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, you can't totally be mad at them because that will push ratings. Yeah. And I would like to make a confession too, because I don't know if you saw it. They was doing, I said it before, so you guys know.
Yeah,
if you've been
SOBs.
following the show at SOBs, when they did the filming with the whole Medina and everything, I was there for that. And I don't know if you
That was
saw...
Medina that was with her that night too? Damn, yo.
Okay. So...
That's good.
Yeah. Oh, God. Yeah, so, you
drink
know...
to this.
Yeah, let's drink to that. So it was a lot going on that day, and a whole beef thing, you know, happened. If you want to know what I'm talking about, please go to my YouTube page right now. It says Irv Gotti and Ja Rule, and you'll see what happened that night, but the real behind the scenes. I know they're not going to show the shit on the show. I got the exclusive for you, so if you want to know, please go watch it. So, you know, you so low-key, but how did that affect your relationships with the thing?
With the cast members?
Yes. That's what I meant. See how smart she is?
Yo, what?
I don't even remember cast members.
I'm gonna let you get your credit, but like for real, like what?
She's a genius.
She's like, stop it though. Come on, yo.
Jack of all trades.
You know?
Oh shit.
It didn't. It really didn't, because that scene at SOBs, it was solely the producer's fault.
Yes.
They let that happen at the end of the day.
I kind of agree with you. Even though, don't be mad at me, producers or whatever, I kind of agree because...
Well, the producer that did that, she got fired, so...
And not to say good for your ass, but come on. Because, all right, everybody, when y'all finish watching this interview, y'all have to go and watch what I'm talking about. I read her book.
She got a dope book. You read her book?
I got the best...
No, I heard it was good, though.
Yeah.
I heard it was really good.
I got the best footage of that night. Even Shade Room tried to do a post, and that shit was mad grainy. Fuck you, Shade Room. I got the best. Yeah, so I think it was because on some real shit, the fucking showcase was dope as hell.
It really was until that moment.
Yes, and you know, I was feeling all mushy inside, like I experienced the greatest thing in hip hop. I got to see Ja Rule and Irv and Charlie perform.
But that's a part of hip hop. Like even back in the days when they had it in the park with the gyms, they be jamming and somebody starts shooting, and you know what I mean?
Exactly.
So this is like watered down, like you know what I mean?
So you know, they had to have, because she went up there with a whole instrumental in the background. That shit was a setup the way that shit happened. Yeah. You know, because they already said, "All right, y'all, go to the bar. Good night. Thank you for coming." Type shit.
Right. No,
Mingle.
seriously.
It was over. I was like, yeah, I'm about to get my drink on. I'm trying to sneak
honestly,
into VIP.
She, like, they all got on stage. I saw her getting on stage. I was like, here we go. Like, I just knew it was coming, because I already knew, like, there was just a lot of stuff already going on with her. And I was just like, here we go. But I was like, she did sign up for that, because, like, I mean, you knew, but also, too, it's like the producers let her do that.
Do you feel any type of way about Medina because of that, or how
I have no issues. I have no issue. Like I said, so this is my thing. I have no issues with Medina. She didn't personally do anything to me. She didn't personally say anything about my dad. She didn't personally say anything about my family. So I'm on my business.
I mean, she talked about Murder Inc. though.
That's a
no. Technically, if you listen to the lyrics, technically she didn't. Her and Charlie.
Yeah, that was the thing.
It was like her. It was really like her.
Wait a minute,
Charlie.
Medina got bars?
I mean, she did a diss track, and we talked about it last week. She did a diss record.
It airs
for
tomorrow,
Designer.
so you can watch.
Yeah.
And like give your
Stay
opinion.
tuned.
Or you can go to YouTube and watch my joint.
But I didn't know it was her that had the bar. I was crazy.
Yes.
So I'm like, you can watch tomorrow.
You talk about how you
watch how they see it's gonna be.
I know.
You know what I mean? Fuck
That's
like
why
that.
I feel comfortable talking about it now, because by the time I post it,
Yeah.
it'll be after the fact
already.
anyway. So
Tomorrow never comes.
you know what I'm saying? So you say you want to be so low key, but what, other reality stars, they use this platform to merge out and do other things. What is it exactly?
I mean, like, I want to merge out, but like, I don't feel like, for me personally, I don't feel like I need to sell all of my personal life to merge out for you to see like my work ethic and the things that I do. That's just not like that. For me personally, that's just not a part of me. Like, I don't post a lot of my personal business on social media just because it's no one's business. Like, you understand? Like, that's my life. I want to live my life in private sometimes. And, what I do with my blog, Collective Shades, that's for like the world to see, because like I love working with women of color. Yeah.
Are you trying to like bring more like?
Yeah, no. But I know like a lot of people, they're like, well, why don't you show more of your personal life? And I'm like, because it's my personal life. I mean, like it's.
We kind of seen like most of like, because your father's an entertainer. Well, not an entertainer.
Yeah,
but,
no, I know what you mean. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But what I'm saying is like we seen like the whole ordeal of everybody when y'all went through trial and everything like that. How was that for your family? Like, did it shift everything? Like, did everybody have to stand up? Like,
so I was in middle school when the trial happened. My brothers were young, so like they don't really remember anything. But it was tough because my mom, she didn't let me go to the trial.
okay.
I really wanted to go, but she was just like, this is just not a place for a kid to be at.
Excuse me, the ginger ale.
She was just like, this is not a place for a child to be in, and I guess. When they're reading, like, the charges and, like, all of these, like, different things, usually, that's not for you to hear. But for me, like, I just wanted to go because I'm like, well, God forbid he got sentenced. He was facing 25 to life. Mm-hmm. That would have been my last time seeing him outside of a jail cell.
Yes.
Thank God he didn't. Mm-hmm. But, that was kind of, like, my thought process at that time. And, God worked out. Mm-hmm. And, he got acquitted of all the charges. But it affected us in the sense of, like, if anything, it just brought us together. It just made you appreciate, like, as quick as God could give you your blessings, he could take it away.
Yeah.
And
this one time, I mean, he's still on top because I love Tales. Tales. You're All I Need is my favorite episode. That shit had me crying when it was at the end. In the movie theater, I was like, yeah, that's how you do a fucking show.
Did you go to the premiere?
No, I wish I would have went, but yo, I
does a premiere like every season.
Well, as he should. Like,
think about me.
This is nothing to sneeze at. Like,
Yes, think about me because I need to be in it. I love Tell, and I love the Nas joint.
I Gave You Power.
Yeah, that shit was fire too. But anyway, back to you. So
that is her. This is the whole part of everything.
Living it.
Yeah, you living it. Do you be giving him ideas and stuff like that?
I don't. That's actually all my brothers. So I have
Your
two
brother?
brothers. I have two brothers.
Okay.
JJ, who's on the show with me, and then Sonny. He's not a part of the show at all.
Okay.
He's actually the one, like, if you see us all in pictures, he's the one that looks exactly like my dad.
Okay.
He's like his replica.
Yeah?
Yeah, but he didn't want to be on the show, which I understand.
You didn't even try to talk to him? Like, what was that conversation like? Did you
No, because I knew he wasn't going to do it. Like,
you didn't even try.
I already knew, like, my brother, he's just not that type of person. Like, everybody doesn't want to be on TV,
Yeah.
And that's really like his vibe. Like, he's just more like behind the scenes, stacking his coins, minding his business. That's it.
Yeah. So you wear these dope ass hats on the show. What? I know they come from your mother's.
Yes, my mom makes all of them.
So by hand or a factory or?
So, my mom, she designs them. So it's called Frances Gray, which is basically after her great-great-grandmother, who was a seamstress back in Jamaica.
Okay.
So like her logo is actually her signature from her passport.
Oh, wow.
And every hat is a custom fit. So like, let's say like you wanted a fedora that like I was wearing, she would measure your head so you could get a custom hat.
Like lace fronts.
Honestly, yeah.
What?
Yeah.
No, what?
See?
Now how you compare?
Like, cause
I
you
could-
gotta measure the thing.
I could dig it. I could
And
dig
you
it.
know motherfuckers
I
is
could
slow,
dig it.
so you gotta do
I
something
could
to make
dig it.
them relatable.
I could dig it.
Like you can get your own.
I'm
custom-
remedial myself. I could dig
Right.
it. I'm remedial
Yeah.
myself.
About perspective.
Thank you. So and I think they're such statement pieces.
Yeah.
Like they really got so much to say. I was hoping you would wear one today because that
I
would have
know
been
I
fire.
didn't.
That would have been fire.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah, right. Let her know. Like you should have got her.
I know she's probably gonna watch this and be like, "Why the fuck you ain't wear one?"
Yeah, you should have, cause and you was wearing them in so many episodes of the thing.
Honestly, because I really didn't feel like doing my hair.
Okay, cause I was about to ask, did you want it to? Was that a setup?
I mean, I do. I love wearing my mom's hats. Who better to promote it than me?
Yeah, especially on the show. She wears them
right.
too.
And that was another thing for like signing on to do the show. Like for me, I had to think about, well, who else could benefit from me doing the show besides myself, and that was my mom. And she did.
And it's good. I think it's good release too because you starting to see like your mother really going through some type of healing process. That whole discussion that she had with Jaru's wife, I forgot her name, but
Aisha.
Yeah, it was almost like therapeutic. Like she walked away.
So I do want to like with that conversation, because I do feel like, I mean, like we've lived this life, so like I know it. Like I know about these stories that like is fairly new to everybody else, and I know a lot of people felt like, you know, this was therapeutic for my mom, but like my mom is past this.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Like she's so over this. Like these stories
Even
that are
now
like,
that it's resurfacing, cause
yeah, like because
the
these are
Wendy
old.
show
You know what
and
I mean? Like
everything.
my mom personally lived this. You know what I mean? And these were like what, like over a decade old.
No, the only reason why we asking because sometimes like you know, triggers.
No, I know.
Yeah,
My
like
mom, she's
triggers,
not like that though.
especially
Like
with,
she doesn't
with all
really
this
like
new stuff. You know, you having to revisit old pain. Like
Yeah.
it's like you digging with a scar. You
Yeah,
fucking
no.
with the scar.
I definitely understand. But
Yeah.
like my mom, she's not like that. She's just like, I'm in such a good place that like I lived that already. Like, what am I gonna harp on that for again?
But I want to see her smack Irv upside his head.
For
one time.
what?
'Cause it be like she
Non-violent.
be this close. I be like, well, she gonna smack that nigga.
Honestly,
Oh, no?
their arguments are pretty funny.
She
And,
gonna
like,
throw a knife
we all
across
have
the
a
table.
group chat, and me and my brothers just be looking at them go back and forth. Just be like, yo, guys, play nice.
I think that's little foreplay if you ask me. I don't
Oh,
know.
man.
Some
Why you
foreplay.
care about what they do?
You know, get your shit
Cha-cha?
together, Irv.
Oh,
That's
man.
all. She might say yes again. Who knows? No? I hope so. I was gonna ask you this. I was thinking about asking you this, but you already said you had a boyfriend, so I'm gonna ask it anyway. Did you ever was crushing on somebody on the show?
No.
You don't think nobody's cute? A little bit.
We trying to break up
No.
a happy relationship.
No,
Cha-cha
I'm
actually said
not.
they've been down for like
because I
9
was already
joints.
thinking about- I was like,
Yeah,
ooh, I wonder who she likes. You know?
No,
But
I
you
mean,
got a
like
boyfriend.
even if I wasn't, just no.
No, not at all.
Like I'm cool. Like I'm genuinely like cool with them, but that's just not my, you know.
So
it's
what's
not
your
my, like,
what's your type?
flow.
Since we don't know your boyfriend, he's in the corner in the dark for 9 years. What kind of?
Why gotta be in the dark, though?
Because she don't post him.
Yo,
Nobody
shout out to
knows.
him.
I do post them. I just don't see it. Like you gotta scroll, or like I'm not someone that's like, if I post a picture of us, like you're not gonna get like, oh my god, this is the love of my life. Like you know what? Like
Do you
I
hate
don't
when people do that shit?
I do.
Yeah, because I be like, oh, they're
I
gonna
do
break
because I
up
just
a week
feel
next
like
week.
what is understood does not need to be
said.
explained.
So do you? Are
That's
you the, one
pimping
of the
right
type-
there. Pimping is
She
pimping.
probably
I know
one
a
of the
pimp
types
line when
to
I
be
hear
No
one.
face, no case. She be putting emojis in front of his
No,
name.
because
Like,
I hate that too. Because
You do?
I just feel like if you're not gonna show his face, then why do you
Yeah.
have this stuff? They'll literally just show like this much of an arm.
I think that's
like
doing
just
too
take the
much.
fucking
That's
picture down.
crazy.
Yeah, I think that's doing too much.
No,
why
like
even
he's
post
up there.
it?
You see him. There's nothing to really say because if you know, you know.
I want to know though what he look like.
If you know, you know.
I gotta scroll now. I'm gonna spend
Oh my
all
God.
night scrolling all through her shit trying
No,
to
it's
figure
not.
it out.
I swear, it's
Do you
not
got
fun.
lovey-dovey captions to give it away, or is it
No.
like some regular shit?
I don't really put captions. I actually don't really put captions on like any of my pictures.
Are you following her, Cha-Cha? Like, why are you not in tune? What's going on her timeline?
I am fucking with her, but I mean, you wouldn't know. Like she said, you wouldn't know. She even said that shit.
All right, while you looking for pictures, do you got any musical aspirations? Being that he's like a walking conglomerate, like a walking, breathing.
You don't even want to act? I can see you acting.
Nah, you
It's
don't got
funny
like.
because I've actually heard somebody say that before. They're like, your facial expressions, but no, like.
And the way you enunciate.
I think watching my parents like go through their relationship and my dad being in that industry, it just totally turned me off altogether. And I see how hungry my dad is in the industry, and I'm not that hungry about the music world. Okay. Like fashion that's what I love. That's
you don't got like a favorite song you like to sing in the mirror or something like that?
Don't get me wrong, like I love music, but not enough for me to like live, sleep,
all right, so like,
it.
what's a song that you hear, you be like, damn, I wish I recorded that? Today, Maz is, damn, I was listening to this song all day. It's a Dave East song, I forget it. But all day I was like, damn, I wish I recorded this song.
So I'm actually like a super old head. Like I'm not like so like now like who I listen to, like I love J. Cole. Like like love. But when it comes to, I also didn't grow up on rap. So which is funny.
Wait, what?
Right?
I didn't.
That's an oxymoron.
Wait a minute, you growing up hip hop. How you didn't grow up on what the what?
So it's funny,
that's why you ain't getting no shot on the show. You ain't really living this. You supposed to be growing up hip hop.
I didn't. I literally, honestly, I grew up R&B, and my mom was raised reggae. Like my mom is the only one on her side of the family that was born in the States. The rest of my family's from Jamaica.
Okay.
So my mom's another one. But it's funny because the network had sent me to. It's that new show that they have on AMC, like Untold Hip Hop Stories or something like that. And we were on the red carpet. It was me, Orange Star, and Will. And they were like, Shook You or something like that. Songs that like shook America. And they were like, what's a hip hop song that shook you? And I was like,
crickets.
No, seriously. I was like, I don't know. And
Irv, you should be ashamed of your motherfucking self.
No, but
that's a good thing though, because everybody don't really like the music that's coming out right now.
He didn't take you to like the studios and none of that.
My mom didn't play that.
No.
Mm-mm.
So you said R&B. What kind of R&B? What you?
Maxwell, Anita Baker.
Yes.
All right, caught up in the rapture. All right.
Like old school LL Cool J. The
Okay.
best concert I went to, it was about 3 years ago. It was for Valentine's Day.
Yeah.
Maxwell and Nas.
Oh, Nas is my husband.
He's super handsome. Like
yes,
he aged well.
I saw him in real life a few years ago, and I didn't know what to say. Like, you know how people go berserk? I froze. I didn't know what to do. I was scared to because I didn't want to seem
But
funny.
like Maxwell live is phenomenal. Like phenomenal. I would go see him again. Like that's like the kind of music I listen to. Charlie Wilson.
Yes.
Like those. That's
what
like
you
really
know
what
about Charlie, Uncle Charlie. You're refreshing, because we talk to a lot of people, especially, how old are you?
27.
Look at that. And we talk to older people, and they don't have as much poise and maturity.
Watch, my mom is going to watch this, because she's going to be like, thank me.
Yeah, you need to be proud. You did a good job. Thanks, Mom.
Thanks, Mom.
You know what I'm saying? I need a hat, though, but thank you.
Hold on, wait a minute. Both of the parents. Thanks, Irv and Mom. Don't do that. Don't do that to Mom. Come on, nah.
Nah, that's not Irv right there. But, because it's almost like you develop this centered sense of self, even in spite of your father and all of that went going on. And I'm surprised.
What are the principles that they instilled in you?
Yeah, that still carry with you to this day.
Start off with Irv first, because she over here bashing them. Like,
honestly, my parents for the most part, this is like one of the few things that they were on the same page about, and it was just about figuring out what you want to do in life and going towards that like as hard as you can. Okay. And don't ever listen to like outside voices, because at the end of the day, like what you want more than anybody.
The grind. And
you know how you're gonna get to that more than anybody. That was like one of the biggest things. And then of course for my mom is just the importance of like having your own and just being your own person and just being a good person.
Yeah, because you're lovely. You know,
Thank you.
You're very lovely. And even when I first met you, I didn't think you would be so tall, too. I think
That's like number one reaction that I
that's
get
why
from
I felt
everybody.
so bad because I was like, I was at the Lost Flavor. Shout out to H2 Flea, and I'm staring at her all night. But I'm like, that can't be. She's too tall to be.
Oh, I had heels on that now. Like I give you
Yeah,
that.
I was like, and then I was like, damn, I'm rude. Then when I got the confirmation that that's, and I'm like, I feel like shit because I knew that's who it was, but I didn't want to be all thirsty, like, hey, because that's how I am.
Honestly, it's so weird because I actually get a lot of people that say they think I'm very mean, or that
Really?
I don't look approachable.
Yeah, I did get that a little. I
That's
was a
good,
little
though.
scared because I thought she was gonna
Keep all the
like
riffraff
dub
away
me.
and everything. That's
yeah, I
good.
thought
That's
no, but I
good.
seriously thought she was gonna dub the shit out of me too.
I got it. No, when we were there was a girl there. She asked Cushy to ask her if I would take pictures. I'm like, you could ask me. Like I'm not mean. I think I kind of have like a blank stare.
No,
or,
you
just
got
like a
no. It's
blank-
not blank. It's like, bitch, come correct. All right, don't come over here with all that bullshit.
I think I'm more so like reserved because I just like to read my space and the people that are in my space because I just don't feel like I need to have a conversation with everybody sometimes.
But do you feel like you getting approached more now because of the show?
No.
No.
Mm-mm.
Nobody
don't.
be like, hey, I know you from somewhere.
The only reason why I say no is because I literally don't go anywhere. Like I go to work and I go home.
You
Like,
need to
I
go out.
don't-
Where's your boyfriend? He
It's
need to
too
take
cold.
you out.
I don't do cold.
So you don't do industry events and all of that?
Because that's not my world.
You like art?
I do. I'm probably boring compared to like everybody else, or just like different. Like I like going to like museums. I like going.
I'm
to
gonna
like,
holla at you
Fashion
after the
Week is
show
my
if you
thing.
want. Oh, you okay?
Like
So
you understand? Like Fashion Week is my thing. Like industry parties are not my. That's not my world.
All right. You know what? We usually ask people their top 5 rappers. We want to ask you your top 5 designers.
yes.
Okay.
So who's your top 5 designers, dead or alive?
Okay. So I love Dion Lee. Rude. I love Alexander Wang.
Okay.
Rick Owens. That's 4.
Yeah, one more.
Wait, no, I can't count.
Knock yourself out. Go ahead. Keep going.
I'm trying to think who else. I'm trying to think of like streetwear because I'm like pretty big into like streetwear. I love essentials. Oh, Fear of God.
Okay.
Fear of God. Love Fear of God.
Yes.
Yeah, essentials, but they kind of go hand in hand. Yeah, those are like my top.
Okay.
Yeah. And we always ask this question too.
Yeah, we usually ask who's the bottom 3, like the worst, who should never picked up the microphone, but
So who should have never picked up a needle and thread?
the whack
The
is
bottom 3 designers that is like why?
interesting. We ain't know we was gonna go there either.
Like, yeah,
I definitely
I've
didn't wake
never
up
been
thinking
asked that before.
we never asked this the first time.
Or first everything.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. I'm trying to think who don't I like.
It could be like a department store, like Kmart. Fucking, you could just keep it general then. You remember Alexander's? You remember Alexander's?
Yeah.
They had some pretty cheesy clothes, but that was back to school back in my
Well,
day.
I don't know. There's not really I can't really say there's like a brand that I hate because if I hate it, I'm not watching it. You know what I mean? So,
A lot of people starting to say that too. Like that's not even on the radar. If I don't.
Because everybody don't want to be a hater. Like
That's-
nobody
but that's
wanna,
not
you know what I mean? You want to
hating.
keep positive energy and keep this
Come
thing
on.
vibrating.
You
and
gotta
all
No,
that.
I don't think like it's hating. It's just like that's that's
It's not your
like
preference.
yeah,
it's
like,
not your
it's
choice.
Yeah.
I mean, go ahead, keep doing.
Like I can think
designs,
of
but I don't
rappers
like
that
it.
like my brothers listen to that like I don't like.
Like who?
I'm not into like trap music. Like
Me neither.
I can't. Like it is just
retarded.
headache.
It's
So we
fucking
can
retarded.
ask you who's your bottom 3 rappers.
Yeah.
So we
Who's your-
can.
Yeah. So who's your bottom 3 rappers that should have never picked up a mic?
I don't know his name, but he has red hair and he's light skinned.
Tattoos on the face.
I think so. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I'm not a fan.
I don't. But who's he talking about?
She could be talking about a bunch of motherfuckers.
A little.
I
guarantee
think,
you that
it's Trippy Red.
Okay.
I knew who it was. I just
Trippy
didn't.
Red. And who else?
I'm
Okay,
like,
we got
I think it's Trippy. I'm not like.
It's
I'm
not my end.
We got
her
Trippy
answer.
Red and who else? I agree. The fuck.
Okay.
I'm not into Trippy Red. I don't think he's whack. He's just not my cup of tea.
Yeah,
I'm
everybody
not,
don't like Big Macs.
I'm not into Ace Boogie or A Boogie, whatever.
A
Boogie with the hoodie?
Boogie.
Oh, come on. How you don't like A Boogie with the hoodie? I'm Bronx biased because he's from the Bronx. What's up, Hot
I know. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, there's a few songs that he's had that like I could listen to, but like as a collective, like
Yeah.
I don't really.
It's not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea.
One more. She said Ace Boogie.
Give it to my man A Boogie.
You know
Yeah, I know.
Shout out to Highbridge.
That's Ace Boogie's from Paid in Full, yo.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Mm-hmm.
Damn. Who else? I don't know. I can't think of it. I feel like it's gonna come to me as soon as I leave. I'm like, that's what I should have said.
What about Chief Keef? A lot of people in your age bracket think he's a legend.
Nah. Not in my whose age bracket? My age bracket?
Yeah, like the
Nah.
20s and stuff like that. They,
Sit
you
out
know,
on
they
this
say
side.
he,
Yeah,
he
I'm
was
like,
a
nah.
legend.
Not on this
And
side.
I'm constantly arguing with
I
them
think he
about
might
it.
have one song, and I can't even think of it right now that I probably would listen to. But he's not a legend for me and my friends.
What do you feel like a person needs to have to even be considered a legend?
I think for me, I think with like the things the things that you rap about, I prefer it to be things that you've lived because you're speaking from experience. But I think as a rapper too, you also have to show growth. Like you should not be rapping about the same thing that you were rapping about 5 years ago when you started. You're not interesting anymore. And I think for me, that's why I've grown to love J. Cole so much because like the rapper he is now is not the same rapper he was when he first started. Mm-hmm. And I love like even like when I went to his concerts, like I just love that he talks and he addresses like a lot of those like social injustices that we see. Kendrick is the same. Mm-hmm. Like they have like small bodies of work, but it's like powerful.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Meek, I love Meek.
Yes.
I
Shout
love Meek. He's grown as an artist too.
Yes.
Like
and a lot has happened with him too.
Yeah, like personally, and that's the thing too. Like, not that he's like relatable to me because like I've never lived the life that he's lived, but he's relatable in the sense of like he's growing like everybody else is, and like they're kind of like speaking to their truth and living in their truth.
Yeah, and expressing their truth.
Right.
That's why. Do you feel like being that you appreciate those things from artists? Would you start to live your life like that? Because you say you keep so much hidden. Do you feel like now is the time to be more expressive to where the world can really know who Angie is? Good, bad, indifferent, how if we agree to or not. But would you be more open to that since you do appreciate that from other artists?
I don't have a problem with like opening up like personally. I'm just very protective when it comes to like my relationship. For me personally, I just don't think relationships are for social media. You just see what it does, and I think with social,
she don't want through bitches in her man's DM. That's the fuck that is.
Y'all hoes stand
You know what I'm saying? Stand the fuck down.
He tooking already.
I just think that like with social media, it gives people a platform to essentially talk shit about things that you're kind of like not really seeing the full story on. So I don't want to put like,
It's
and
reduced
I think
to sound bites. I say that all the time.
yeah,
I hate
exactly,
that.
and it's like it's damn near like clickbait,
Mm-hmm.
and that would be triggering for me
Okay.
because
Well,
I take that very serious, and I will
know.
curse somebody on a heartbeat.
I hate that because I'm learning about clickbait and it kind of works.
It definitely does, but
But-
I don't want to be clickbait.
Yeah.
No, but see,
But
my
it's
thing,
good-
the
it's
only thing
good
that I
clickbait,
clickbait
though.
is the title. I try to make my titles as interesting to make people. But as far as like reducing the interviews to sound bites, no, you'll get the full story.
I got
looking
one
at me.
clickbait so far. So I Googled myself, and like the way everybody got like, or they got like the persona of me on the show was that like I was hating on my brother, and that I was basically saying that like he was getting all these gifts and I wasn't. So the article that I came across, it was like Irv Gotti's daughter is taking all of these expensive trips with her boyfriend, probably getting flown first class. Where did you get that in anything that I posted on my page?
Wow.
What's
But
wrong with
literally-
that? But even if you was, what's wrong with that? You
Right.
living your best
I'm a
life.
little
But
jealous.
literally, like, linked my pictures from my page to that article. I'm like, and I'm telling you, like, it turned it into like a full-blown article. I'm like, where did you
Yeah.
get this from? Like, how does your mind work that you created this story from that?
Writers, writers. They can make that shit up.
I was like, well, this is different.
Mm-hmm.
But I just don't want to be clickbait.
When you chase that clout, you go through any esteems and measures and all that. What I'm trying to say?
I don't know.
Trying
But
to do
you
this.
so tall. You so tall and you love fashion and you love
do,
Fashion
yes.
Week. Do you feel like you would like to walk the New York Fashion, be a model or something?
I would.
I think you should. You got the
I
body
never-
for it, the face for it, everything.
Thank you. It's,
Not
you know
trying to
what's
be-
crazy though? So
you're not
I actually
uncomfortable,
went.
right? Because
No.
nowadays, Me Too movement, I ain't got it. Don't hit me with the bullshit. All right. But yeah, I think you fit that. I think
You know what's actually crazy though? So like, there's different type of runways now, and I think with fashion is like evolving. Like you're seeing all shapes and sizes. But I remember I had went to like, it was like a small like casting call that I had went to with my friend, and the girl told me, she was like, "You're not skinny enough." Exactly?
What?
Exactly.
You healthy skinny. What the fuck they trying to do? Make you a crackhead? Because
If you look at high fashion runway, they're like.
But
very
I was about
skinny.
to say, I could see you doing couture. I could see you.
You ain't skinny enough.
Still,
You literally have to be like a twig, and I love food. So that ain't happening, and I don't work out.
So what does Irv Gotti's children eat? Like, y'all eat bougie, pompous food? Like,
So
what
he's
are we
from
doing?
Queens. Like, what are you
Right.
talking about? Her
My
mom's
dad
is
is like
Jamaican.
the-
Like, it's oxtails and
Right.
shit in the
I-
crib.
That's a
okay.
fact.
Yeah, but they could be
That's a
bougie
fact.
with it. They have like one oxtail.
They from the hood.
under a
What are you
peel-
talking about?
Under a peel off for
Yo,
rice and peas.
man.
Nah, we eat on this side.
Okay, good.
We eat. We just try to eat healthy, but
I'm just talking shit, making fun of the situation. But it's good to know that, throughout all the madness, you was able to reserve some kind of normalcy, because a lot of people don't have that, and it's so, like I said, you're refreshing, because a lot of people come in here stunting or try to make themselves seem other than what it is, and the fact that you're educated. Did you go to Michigan? What's that? That's your school?
no.
Oh, okay,
I
good.
actually went to FIT.
Okay. Did you join the sorority and all of that?
There's no sorority at
There's
FIT.
no? They do?
They do.
Oh,
You
shit, see?
They
You
do.
see, they
Shut
do.
the fuck. I told you I'm
Right?
remedial.
I'm
I
not.
know.
I respect sororities, and I think it's dope for like the women, especially like women of color who do join those things. But it just wasn't like for me.
Your thing.
What's the
It
name of the
wasn't.
sorority in FIT?
I don't even know. I didn't. Personally, I just didn't join it because I'm like, well, this is not like a HBCU college, so why do y'all have this here?
Yeah. Well, I went to one, and that's one of the things that I did regret. Was not joining the sorority, even though I thought I was too. I'm like, I'm New York. These bitches do some dumb shit. to me.
Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I think that was kind of my mindset because I'm like, if y'all think y'all about to haze me,
Fuck
like
outta
you got
here.
another
You're
thing
not
coming.
touching
Like,
me.
it's
Fuck
not.
out of here. I don't need all
But
that.
it's like you have to think about like the bigger picture because it's like it's a
Exactly.
sisterhood, outside.
Yeah,
of
because
that.
I felt like at that time I was thinking too small. I was still thinking of the hood, when the whole point of me being in college was to get,
Right.
find ways or a path out of that mindset, So that's one of the things that I do regret, not, joining the sorority when I had the chance.
I think for me, like when I was in college, it was more so I was just like trying to like network so I could make money. Like I didn't really care about making friends.
But
I just wanted to make contacts.
Yeah, one thing you did, I see that you took from your parents was the grind and the hard work, and I'm glad you're like that, and I'm glad you on a reality show where they have that kind of avenue, because everybody's so ratchet. Everybody got some kind of strip club pass, and
Listen, that's why we
was
watch
down and
Cha-Cha.
out, and now we come up, and everybody want to be a fucking rapper or don't know what the fuck they want to do. They want to be out here fucking somebody's man to get on, and the fact that you're not like that, and you holding your ground without buckling, kudos to you. Like, I'm really proud of you.
With like growing up hip hop, listen, like I get like we all love seeing the ratchets, and I don't want to be a part of it, but I'll watch it.
You're not gonna kick nobody. Like, say if they fight, you're not gonna try to.
Also, too, anybody
Get a
that
hit
knows
in.
my dad, like I would never be involved in anything because he's flipping.
Okay.
Like that's the kind of like dad he is. Like he's made it super clear, do not put her in that situation.
You see what happened to SOBs?
Because
You got the footage.
he's like that with me and my brothers, and my mom.
Yeah.
Do not put them around that because I'm not playing. That's like his mentality.
So where was y'all that night? Because y'all was in the cut in the VIP section. When all
No, we
that
were
was
right
going
there.
down?
I actually got swallowed up.
I was at my camera like, oh.
You was a part of the swallowing up,
Yeah.
literally,
I was
like,
getting all kinds of elbows.
I
and shit.
saw my dad. Like, I saw my dad walking down. He was like coming. He was like,
I'ma
did
show
he was
you
like,
when
did
we
she
get
say
off
something
there.
about me? I was like, I was like, I'm not really sure. He
I think
slapped the
she
camera.
did,
I was
though.
like, and then like I'm trying to hold him back. He's dragging me at this point because Medina's like she's walking out the door, and it's just like so much chaos and no one really knew like what was going on at that point. Mm-hmm. He's trying to like run outside to like speak to Medina or like the producers to try to figure out like what went wrong. So I'm literally like trying to hold him back. I'm sliding on the floor trying to hold him back. I'm like,
I gotta look at that footage again to see if I
relax.
see you.
And then literally out of nowhere, Ja damn near flew over my head and that was it. Like I just got swallowed up. I was like, all right, these are like grown men fighting. I was like, I can't.
Wow. So what's next? We're gonna wrap up. Are we not trying to hold you up? I hope
it's
you're
fine.
having a good time.
I am.
So what's next? Like the season want to be over tomorrow. That's the season finale.
Get a break.
A break? Because I thought that was like the whirlwind. That's when y'all start
We're gonna
doing
get
all kinds of shit. You start
A
seeing.
break from TV.
No, she's saying getting a break after the wrap up, after the season finale.
Yeah. Oh, not a break from me, just a break from TV.
I mean, but outside of my following me,
No, you good.
What field do you work in?
Fashion.
Fashion?
Yeah, I work for Steve Madden. I do social media marketing.
Wow. You seen Wolf of Wall Street? That's Steve Madden?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, and it
Madden.
makes sense because
Thug life.
It makes
Thug
sense.
life.
It makes sense because
It does. It really does.
Didn't Irv was doing Tails and then that whole Cardi B situation and they had to deal with Steve Madden.
So
Did
they
you
work
hook
together.
that up?
No, my dad did. They work together. So like any of like the big musicians that you've seen work with Steve Madden, my dad brought that on. So they like work together. They've been friends. They became friends because Steve was in jail when my dad got acquitted, and his jail rioted. So they were like playing poker or something. And they just so happened to be in the same building, and he was just like, like I saw how loved you were. Like he was like, my whole jail rioted for you, and they've been friends ever since. And that was back. This is like over 15 years at this point.
That's great. So Stevie's home?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, they did the
Yeah.
Tails. I think they did some type of collaboration.
Yeah,
with
like
Tails.
you'll see like his shoes or like a bag or something.
Yeah, it
and,
was because I remember on Irv Instagram he was doing a lot of Steve Madden stuff, and then that's around the time they did like that's a trifecta deal between Irv, Cardi B, and Steve Madden. So I remember that campaign was going out.
Yeah.
So hell yeah. So now that you say, I'm like, oh, that makes sense. And I was like, oh shit, she brokering deals. I'm like, let's get it. I want a motherfucking shoe, hat, everything.
No, my dad he brokers those deals. So that's like my 9 to 5, and then I have Collective Shades, which is my blog that we do writing, and it's basically just we get to interview different women of color within different ethnicities and kind of like creating those conversations that we don't ever talk about. So like
I need to come to your show.
creating
Question me.
generational wealth, that's like important because I didn't grow up on that. A lot of like kids of color didn't grow up on those conversations.
That's serious, because
yeah.
even with somebody who was as wealthy and successful as your parents was, none of that trickled down to you as far as like saving.
Not until like we got older.
Wow.
Not until we got older.
But they like second generation, so this is part of the process.
It's
the
still
path.
new
Right.
to like the last.
And if
thing.
we did have those conversations, it was more so from my mom, not my dad. My dad didn't start talking to us about that until like, as of like recent years, just because of like everything that he went through. So now he sees the importance of like having a savings and like just being very careful like with the business moves that you have. So that's like my blog, and I do it with my partner Litzy. So it's the two of us, and then we have. So the website is www.collectiveshades.com, and then you can also listen to our podcast on there, which is called Girls We Know, and it's on iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud.
So check it out, y'all.
Yes.
I want to go.
Yeah.
I want to come talk with y'all.
Yeah, you definitely. We're literally in the middle of filming season 2 right now.
Of the podcast. Mm-hmm. Okay, great. Yeah, you got to invite me there. I would love to come and chop it up with y'all because, I mean, I learned so much just sitting here with you now.
Yeah.
Steve Madden, you see this? Your 9 to 5? She got a 9 to 5 and on a motherfucking show. Do people at your job be talking shit? Like when y'all at the water cooler or trying to get some coffee?
I'm pretty sure they do.
And be like,
but I'm very much like, I keep work at work.
So you be dubbing their asses too.
I just
no
like,
bitch.
I've been in fashion for so long. Like I've been working in fashion for like 10 years, and I've just learned that like sometimes you don't need to mix work in your personal life. Like I know they know about it at work, but like I don't really get into like
Yes, you're very good at that. I don't have
cut it.
You need to be my life coach. I can't. I be breaking sometimes, or I be overstepping my boundaries, or sometimes I let somebody. But sometimes it be fun. I don't know.
I think at work, I just feel like at work, especially because I work in a corporate office, like you just have to cut boundaries, because then people feel like they can overstep them, and then I don't want it to ever get to a point where you say something crazy to me, and then I have to check you.
At
and
the
then I
door,
become
though.
like that angry black girl at work.
She's
like I don't
checking
want that.
you at the door,
I mean?
though. It's no fun. We're not doing that. It's office.
So it's just like, keep it strictly at work, and that's it.
Yes. So you don't have no other aspirations outside of this that you would like to try or get your hand in? I think you should do tales. Do one episode.
I don't know.
I would love to see
honestly,
it,
I'm
but
super,
it gotta be a good story.
I'm super prideful, and I just like to do my own thing.
No, you wouldn't. Like a family.
I know, but that's my dad's. That's my dad and my brother's thing. Like that's just their thing. Like my brother JJ, like he's getting into like script writing. Like that's their world. That's not my world. Like I like having my own world by myself.
So what about like, how you say
wardrobe?
Yeah, like dressing the actresses.
I actually get people that ask me. They're like, "Oh, like would you style?"
Yeah, stylist.
I don't like styling, so if you think about it, like I could take risks when it comes to fashion on myself, but I can't expect other people that I'm dressing to want to take those risks.
Why not? Go
people
for
will tell
it.
me, like even like I'll dress my mom and she's like, I'm not wearing that. I'm I'm like, all right, well I don't want to do this because
now
it's not fun.
Is reserved too. Like what about like a rapper or a singer?
But if you think about it though, like especially when it comes to like a woman, like styling them, like you have to take into account like a lot of things. You have to take on like her body shape, her height. The things that look good on me is not going to look good on a shorter person, and vice versa.
Yeah. And plus, you gotta gas them like they look like, oh, you look gorgeous. Like, oh my,
yeah, like,
it's mind trick, it's everything. You is to be a stylist is like you gotta fuck with their mind.
It's a lot that goes into being a stylist, and that's just like not. I would love to be in like a Nike ad or like an Adidas ad.
Yes,
I would love to do stuff like that.
Okay.
But I really truly like being in my own world.
Or a Steve Madden ad.
Yeah.
Aha.
I like that plug.
Yes, aha. And I need some shoes behind that, all right?
Yeah, no, that's like those are the things that I would love to be in. Like especially with Nike, like their ads are so diverse, and I feel like that aligns with like what I do.
Yeah.
I like how they had the hijabs and everything like that. They really taking time out to really diversify and cater to everybody.
Absolutely.
So
I mean, in this day and age, you have to.
Yeah, because the internet mob, you can't say nothing, do nothing, none of that. See, I'm offensive on purpose, so that's my schnick. So hopefully I won't get in too much trouble.
I do think we live in a world where like people have become overly sensitive.
Thank you. I feel the same way.
But I'm also like I have like a very nonchalant attitude, so like a lot of things don't bother me. But so I can't say the same for everybody else. But like even like this whole thing with like Disney Plus, and you guys know about Disney Plus, right?
Nah, I'm not hit.
Yeah, I don't let my kids watch Disney
real quick. So Hulu Plus. No, not Hulu Plus. Hulu, Disney, and ESPN, like they came together for like a joint package. It's like $12 a month. And with Disney Plus, they're basically bringing back like all of their like old school like movies, like Disney originals, like Pixar, like all of that stuff. So people were complaining because like older Disney, like Bambi, like things like those were made in like the 1940s.
Yeah.
And a lot of those have like racial things in them, but like think about the time that it was made in. So like
they have racial things in Bambi? What?
Yeah, if you like pay attention, there were like some things like Aristocats, like movies like that, like they had a lot of like racial,
like the blackface.
Yeah. So like as a kid, you're not going to notice those things, but as an adult, so, like,
I didn't notice it as a kid. You fucking my whole
A lot
life.
of black people were coming out, and they were like, "We want those movies to be remade, or you need to cut those scenes."
Nah, keep it the way it is, yo.
Exactly.
Because you know what? Y'all could cut it because I got a bunch of VCH tapes in my own closet.
And also about the sensitivity, because me
And DVDs, too.
and a lot of people, like good friends, and even some of my coworkers that I have that rapport with them, we have disagreements about a lot of things, especially stuff that be in hot topics or like controversial stuff that may be in the news or going on social media like that. But we have a respect for each other, even though you feel the way that way. And I mean, and trust me, we're not talking about simple shit. We're talking about politics. We're talking about R. Kelly's. We're talking about, you know, Me Too's and stuff like that. And Trump, you know what I'm saying? And we can have all
like,
these
I'm thinking
different.
About everything that happened with R. Kelly. I'm like, that shit was just.
Yeah, and we can have, even whether you agree or disagree, we still have that respect for each other. And I'm not gonna shit on you or put you in a box. What I noticed about these overly sensitive people, if you say, I don't like Trump either, but there might be one thing that I may have agreed. Oh, well, then you're a Republican, and I'm this, and I'm that. Yeah. Hold up, I just said that, you know, I didn't say, you know what I'm saying? Why everybody so quick to be like, I don't want to be put in a box and I don't want to be doing this, but that's the exact thing you're doing to people who you feel doesn't agree with you. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that's foul and fucking contradictive. Like, how are you getting mad at people for putting labels on things or, you know,
we
grouping
live in a world
things
where like the cancel culture is like such a big thing, which I can't stand the code. Like, I think it's dumb.
It's crazy.
I think that it's really annoying that like something that I could have said 5 years ago could come back up today, and you're gonna talk about it like I just said it, or like. But I meant that shit.
I meant that shit. Yeah. All right, I meant that shit. But that doesn't mean like I'm a bad person, or I'm unable to do my job,
but
or
then
I'm unable
stop
to provide
everything,
the
though.
love.
But also, too, people grow.
Yeah.
Like what I said 5 years ago. I probably got hip to it and I read about it and
people
like
involved.
I gained that knowledge. Yeah, like people grow, but like you can't tell people that.
Yeah, like they don't want to hear, and I think that's very unfair. I feel like that's very unfair, and it's almost like I call it the mob. Y'all the mob, and we supposed to be in an anti-bullying era, and that's some bully ass shit.
And you want me to share more of my personal life?
Hell no. I need to hide too. I'm about to hide too. I'm only posting live ass shit. That's it. That's it. Y'all not getting
like,
nothing.
Shit, that's the last thing I need.
Yeah.
Somebody be canceling her.
Oh nah, I'm not gonna because I'll protest that shit. Like we gotta have Angie. Yes, let's get it. So we gotta go. I don't want to leave.
I don't know. The engineer's not here. That's why
he's not here. He's wandering back there.
Hold on, let me find that. We really live that. This is going with that's not scripted.
Like,
it's pure uncut.
Like. It's never scripted, pure uncut. And I hope that you really enjoying yourself. So you want to continue in fashion.
I do.
So is there like and you talk with women on your podcast. Is there any message that you want to convey right this second to women around the world?
I think my message would be, especially for women of color, is that we are not in competition with each other. And there is enough space for all of us to be successful and make money.
Yes, I really agree. Message. That's it. You dare stop being hating. It could be more than one bitch at the top, though. It's more crowns. You could get a crown. You could get a crown, and then y'all fix each other crowns.
Look at the makeup world,
right?
You think Rihanna cared about creating a makeup line after there's like 50 million other makeup lines? She didn't care. There's a niche for everybody.
Yeah, and especially you bitches with the lace front. It's like every other motherfucker got a lace front line now. I mean, I ain't mad at it, but damn, somebody got to have something else. Like put good lipstick or let's see jewelry or some shit like that. Y'all hoes don't want to get into that lace front business. I get it, but come on, not every other person. Let's try new things, explore different avenues.
There's something for everybody.
Yes. I don't know where the fuck Jig went. But I would like to thank everybody for tuning in with us today. Today was so dope. If you got any questions or concerns about what we was talking about, especially about the night at SOPs, please scroll down. You're going to see the interview. You're going to see the live at location event at SOBs when we was talking about the season finale is tomorrow. So make sure you tune into that. You got to see what's going on then. And then if you got any more questions about that, go to my video. It should be answered and everything like that. And if if you're looking at, thank you for watching, but if you're looking at this through YouTube, please hit that subscribe button right there, that notification bell, ding that shit. Ding that shit. Yes, and tell everybody where they can find you.
So my personal page is mxv_Ange, ANG. And then my blog page is Collective Shades, all one word.
Yes, and visit her, and where we can get hats and stuff too.
Oh, and my mom's page, everything you'll see, like I tag my mom in everything, but it's Frances Gray.
Okay. Frances Gray, get you a hat, get some stylish tips, listen to other beautiful women of color talk and teach you some things, right?
Yes.
You got anything to say?
I ain't break the toilet in the bathroom. It's overflowing. It wasn't me. It was like that when I walked in there.
Oh,
I hope
shit.
our next bathroom is better than this one, yo.
You shitty motherfucker.
I didn't take a shit. I did
Yes,
number
you
one,
did.
yo.
You fucking shit.
Either way, if I took a shit,
look,
I didn't
see
break it.
Shit stains, shit pebbles swimming through the fucking
Listen,
hallway.
I dropped turds. There ain't no shit pebbles.
Oh my God.
All right, hold on. We up off this. How we get to shit turds and pebbles? We supposed
You
to be
said
come
it.
on, man.
You said it. I
No,
didn't
you
even
said it. I
know.
said I ain't break
This
the
is a
toilet.
live
Now
show.
we gotta fucking get a plunger and all that. I gotta fucking do the most right now. But thank you guys for tuning in. It was mostly appreciated. Subscribe and click that notification bell so you can get all the exclusive content as we post. And we up off this, yo?
Yeah.
We up
Bargadon.
off this. See you next week. That was fire. Yes.
I had to use the bathroom.